Ladies, if your heart is faint, we love to dance and paint. We love to dance and paint. So let the
November 11th. Second, we are getting ready for transformations. The Women in Art organization of Trinidad and Tobago will be giving us its 29th members exhibition at Arnham's Art Gallery in the South Side. So this morning, one such artist is joining us on the Now to give us more insight on what we can expect. Good morning and welcome to Lethe, the artist. Good morning.
Hi, morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. But let me give you a name.
Thank you for having me.
Because Jeanine Crouch is also an artist with many awards, many accolades, and a long line of artistry behind your name, starting at, or at least being recognized, at the tender age of 14. Can I ask, what was your first medium in terms of the art that you create?
Watercolor, would you believe? Watercolor paint on watercolor paper. My first show was out of St. Joseph's Convent, Port of Spain. I will never forget it. It was a wonderful experience. And here I am, 30 years later, doing the same thing.
I love how you skip across, UWI, and even being the first recipient of the UWI Eastman Christensen Award for Visual Arts. That's a significant accomplishment, and I imagine that would have been part of the reason that you continue to do it, the number of accolades that you've received, so that now you also teach as well, yes?
Yes, I do, at Scarborough Secondary School. The best.
That Tobago pride is beautiful. Now, This morning, though, I imagine you will revisit one of your past titles because you sat on the board of the Women in Art, rather, Trinidad and Tobago, the association itself. And so give us a little bit of context then, what the association does and what the exhibit itself will show.
Well, for me, transformations is a powerful theme. Right? I mean, we are all in the process of some transformation around ourselves, around our world, our community. We are all growing and processing and progressing as people. And the art does that too, right? Women in Art in particular is going to be 30 years old, right, next year. And with its founding patron, Fräulein Rudder, again, a powerful woman. She transformed art, right? And the process of presenting art and coming together as a community. I still remember being in her living room, right? When she first started this art group, right? And for me, it has grown, it has transformed, it has gained strength. It's now a very professional organization full of some fabulous women artists, especially in Tobago. We have Avi Bacchus, we have Stephanie Pyle, we have Ascala George, Vidya Burkhoff. I mean, we welcome all women and young girls too, right?
But in that case, as much as you've given us the names of some of those artists that will be featured, tell me a little bit about the types of art that will be on exhibit, because I imagine we have different mediums, as you've evolved well beyond watercolors.
Of course. I am now actually working in acrylics, oils, and I do installations as well. And just on a side note, apparently, I will be receiving a medal in the show for excellence in acrylic. So
this I understand. Congratulations.
Yes. But the rest of the show will take you through excellent work, not just acrylic, but watercolor and embroidery arts, right? And other forms. Yeah.
Now, in terms of how it is spread, we have an opening night on the 11th of November. Will there be a special program that perhaps you can walk us through?
Again, as a recipient of a medal, I'm not sure of this special program. So I'm not sure I could walk you through it, but an opening, of course, always starts with a little speech and welcome from our president, and then they would launch into the medals and the prizes, and then, of course, the opening itself, where you get to walk around and enjoy the art, experience the artists in their climate, talk to the artists, talk about the work, and generally a good time will be had by all.
For sure. Now, in this case, you are only required to RSVP, or is there an actual ticket cost or entrance fee?
No, there's no entrance fee, no ticket costs, and it will be open until the 22nd.
Fantastic stuff. Now, this, of course, is in Arnhem's South Branch in Gulfview Road, La Romaine. So we're heading south side for this one. But with all the talk and all the Tobago references, I'm wondering if there might be a version or some sort of extension happening in Tobago as well.
Well, it would be awesome to do that, right? I mean, Tobago has, as I said, Tobago has a wonderful amount of female artists and male artists, sure, right? And young artists, yeah? So Tobago is a place to show some artwork.
And in terms of the the youth part of things, you did mention earlier that the association is open to all, including particularly young girls. Tell me a little bit as to how they can be a part of that.
Yes, well, part of the community outreach of Women in Art Organization of Trinidad and Tobago is a biennial where we encourage young people, students, artists, and even young amateur artists, try to enter this competition and be emerged in a community of female artists, work together, exhibit, present, and of course, generally transform art. Yeah.
And speaking of transformations, you shared with us a particular piece, a little sneak preview was given just then. And it's your piece that we'd like to get a little bit more insight on. Tell me what I'm looking at first and foremost.
Well, what you're looking at is disassociate I, right? And the act of disassociation is one that can be a very transformative experience, right? When things trouble us or when we have an experience that is not exactly the warmest experience, it creates unease, we can disassociate from that experience and gain strength from a conscious awareness that, hey, that experience isn't fun. Let us move forward and let us go into more positive ideas. Mm-hmm. So you have 4 characters there and a main character is in the front. And there's a third eye of consciousness, very open and aware on the main character in the front. And the character senses that there's lurking danger at the back and pixelates, breaks form into tiny little dabs of color. And that color, right, just dissolves through the front. And you have the characters at the back coming forward menacingly. And these characters assume bestial qualities, revealing the real human nature of the malintent that they are coming towards that main character. So it's a positive experience in that your knowledge of what is going on helps you to grow past it. As human beings, we must be aware of what we're doing and what we're going through and how it affects us. And take steps to make positive change in our life to move forward from these bad experiences.
Well, I truly appreciate that you are leading the way, helping us to transform through art. It is certainly going to be an exceptional exhibit. I wish you the best of luck. I congratulate you on your award. And I thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Okay.
A pleasure.
Nice to be here.
Of course. Hopefully next time we'll have you in person, but for now we are going to head it to Arnhem's Art Gallery in the South Branch of Gulfview to see some of your pieces and that of other artists as the Women in Art Organization of Trinidad and Tobago presents its 29th members exhibit, Transformations. Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Jeanine. Have a great morning.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
An infectious personality that will certainly translate to beautiful art that you can see from the 11th all the way till the 22nd of November. More things to add to your calendar though here on the Now, so stick around. We'll be back after these messages.
We love the dance and paint. Don't join this if your heart is faint. We love the dance and paint. We love the dance and paint. So let it here in the land of